Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome. My name is Jeff Birchall. I'll be getting started here in just a second. I want to make sure everything is running properly. So let me just check my webpage and make sure that the video is live here. I'm looking good. Hope everybody's doing okay this evening, or actually doing well, not just okay. I hope we're doing great. All right, it looks like everything's playing. Come back here. All right. So, welcome. It's Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm here in Oklahoma, so it's 7 p.m. my local time. Welcome to the padded room, as I like to call it. About a year and a half ago, when I started making videos for the first time, somebody left a comment on one of my videos asking me if I was in a padded room. You can kind of see it over there. It's a little bit dark in here tonight. I like to turn off the lights and get a little closer when I'm making these videos so you can see me a little closer, see me up close and personal, get right in your face, right? But so that padded wall is actually the insulation to the attic of our shop here in Shawnee. Our apartment's right downstairs below me, so I'm actually working above where I live. And this is my home office. I do have a full-time job as well, and I'll get into that in a little bit, because this topic of tonight's hangout is beliefs and changing beliefs. And so I've got kind of a bit that will lead to where I am today. So I'll start at the beginning here in just a second. You know, it's interesting to think about the journey that I've been on, and it all started with a blog. You know, you've probably been getting emails from me for different things, and for a little bit I lost track there, and I'll talk about that as well here in just a few minutes. But you get these emails from me, and they're short, brief, not very personal most of the time. Sometimes I do get a little more personal, but there's a reason why, and I'll explain why. You get these different kinds of emails from me. You get almost every morning you get an email from me that is a marketing email. It leads right to the presentation video, right to the opportunity video, and then sometimes I follow that up with a blog post later in the afternoon, or like tonight, this live presentation, live broadcast that I'm doing for you. But the reason I do this, and then if you get my blog post, you go to the blog and you see what I'm doing there, you see that it's a very simple process. I'm not getting real complicated. I do enjoy writing. When I first started blogging a little over 2.5 years ago, on this blogging system was much different. And at that time, I was at a much different place in my life, and I'd spend a great deal of time writing a single blog post, and it really wasn't that effective on several levels. First, I wasn't getting enough people to my blog to even justify that amount of time spending writing a single blog post. But second, it wasn't really demonstrating to my audience that they could do it. It wasn't something that if you were to see, you would think to yourself, oh man, I can do that. You would think, oh my gosh, that is a long blog post. So my blog posts now are very short, a little bit of description, a little image, and then videos, right? Because everybody likes to watch videos. We live in an information technology age, and videos are the thing. So the reason I do that is you get on that blog post, you go to there, and it's simply laid out. The Kalatu blog platform is just awesome how simple it is, and it's direct and to the point. And a lot of people can get there, and maybe it's subconsciously they can think to themselves, man, I could do this too. This isn't that complicated. And there's an even better part to that for people that are just getting started, because my video of the day is actually a daily action assignment that's done by our team, by my mentors, my upline, the people in the, not even in my upline, just the team I'm on, the team that is part of the blogging system as a whole. So they have a daily action assignment. We get an email in the morning, and it gives us a few things. It gives us some marketing material. It gives us a post that we can post on Craigslist. Chances are you found my website on Craigslist. A good majority of my subscribers, of my traffic, was Craigslist traffic. I was doing a lot of Craigslist marketing, and I've switched gears. I've gotten away from that, and it's part of the story. I'll get into that too. But I'm focusing more on targeted marketing now, because I understand that what I was doing is I was casting a really wide net before, trying to speak to a lot of people, when in reality we don't have to do that. We only have to speak to people that are just like us. So I wanted to speak to people that were like me, that have a career, have a job, have invested years into something already, but have a family and want a little bit more in life. They want some extra income, some residual income, right? That's important to have a paycheck that comes month after month, week after week, that you don't have to keep working for. It gives you time freedom. So the blogging system and what I was doing in the beginning was really counterproductive and counter to growing a culture of people wanting to blog with me. My focus now is that I want to be obedient to that system. I want to be obedient to the team system, to the people that are having great success and have the six-figure incomes by doing the actions that they send out in these daily action assignments. And that way I'm doing it, and when people join in with me, they can do it too. They can see, okay, here's how I can get started. I can do the daily action assignment, and I can get a feel for what it feels, what to do daily, how to create these quick little engaging posts. Because if you've been keeping track of my posts, I've been posting some great motivational videos. It's awesome. I wake up in the morning, I watch an inspirational video, I get inspired a little bit, motivated, post it on my blog, talk about it a little bit, or copy the done for you copy, and basically just then put it on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, and that's pretty much it, and then I send it out to my email list. So it's not a complicated process, and that's why I've really not gone into really in-depth blogs or really SEO stuff and search engine optimization and trying to do keyword research, because I know that a lot of people starting have no idea what that is, and getting started, it really doesn't matter. So what matters is either doing one of two things: blog about your passion. That means blog about whatever you want. It could be from I was thinking about starting blogging about Minecraft. Okay, I like playing Minecraft with my son. There's a lot of people who make these just crazy videos on YouTube all about Minecraft. So I was thinking about making a blog just about that. So, I mean, you could blog about your passion, right? So you could do about anything. If, let's say, growing peanuts is your passion, then, blog about it. Somebody out there wants to know about it. There's an audience. I promise you, you can talk to somebody. You can find enough people to talk to about that passion of yours that it's going to make you rich over time. Or you follow the assignments. You just follow the daily action assignments and show other people that they can do it too. Because I learned something really, really profound tonight. It's amazing as you do this stuff, as you continue to grow personally, because that's a big part of this is growing personally. But I learned something about people, and it really made a lot of sense. And I learned, let me just grab my notes here just real quick. Oh, okay. So I've thought over this past 2 years that what I needed to do was blog, teach, and then earn, right? And so blog and then teach you how to do it, or teach my team how to do it, and then I was going to make the money. So I got really technical. I created a ton of blog posts on, excuse me, I got something itching my damn eye that's driving me crazy. Okay, sorry about that. So my blog post got really, really technical there for a while. It was a lot of how to do stuff, how to edit an image, how to post it on Facebook, how to share it on Twitter, and a lot of how-to stuff that, I mean, go to YouTube and search that stuff, and there's already thousands and thousands of videos there. So it was really a waste of time to get that technical, because once again, now people are looking at me from the outside. My team's looking at me and they're thinking, holy crap, I have to make how-to videos? I don't even know how to myself. How am I going to do a how-to video? And I was there at one time, so I know. And so that caused a lot of people to quit and leave and go away. And so I realized tonight as I was hearing this that I don't have to teach you anything. You already have the resources inside you to do anything you want in life. All I have to do is help guide you to unlock those resources yourself. And how do I do that? I do that by helping you plug into the system and plug into the the training and the benefits of the blogging, the back end, because a lot of it's personal development. As I mentioned before, we have these 8 core philosophies, these 8 core steps, these 8 daily actions, or it's actually not daily, but a lot of it is based on personal development. And if you're not having the success you want right now in life, it's because you don't know something. Simple, right? I mean, it's like ridiculously simple, and it's so profound too if you really think about it. Why aren't you, or why am I coming to you from the padded room here and not a mansion on the beach where I want to be? It's because I haven't learned something that I need to know to get me there. I've learned enough to get me to where I am today, but there's something I haven't learned yet. If I stop, if I quit learning, if I give up, then that will always just be a dream, a fantasy. But if I take daily actions, if I do stuff, if I blog daily, if I plug into the Monday night Empower Hour, if I listen to the inner circle calls daily, then my beliefs can start to change. I can start to believe in myself. And then what I can do, and this is big, this is what I really learned, is that once we have a little bit of belief in ourselves, we can start to also believe in other people. I believe in you. I believe that you can blog. I believe that you can do this. I believe that you can have success with this. And I believe it because I've seen it happen, not just with myself, but I've seen it happen with my team. I've seen it happen with my good friend now, Dan Spiegel, who has had just incredible success and multi-levels deep in his team having success, and people on his team having literally $5,000 days. And I'm mentioning income, so I got to mention an income disclaimer as well. There's no guarantee of results, and you can see that income disclaimer at the bottom of this page. But so I know that this all works. The thing that has been the hang up has been my belief. My belief that I had to be a teacher, that I had to be the guru, that I had to be this something that I not only wasn't, but don't want to be. I'm talking to an audience of people that are busy already, don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on the phone prospecting and training and doing all this. Once you get involved and you get on the team, we'll get on the phone and we'll talk and we'll coach, and I'll be there if you have questions and if you need something. If you're stuck on the blog, like today, Dan had a little quirk with his blog where he had set up a banner in one of the widgets and forgot or something, and it was just giving him fits, and we were able to talk for a minute and figure it out. I'll be there for you for that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you what to blog about daily. I'm not going to personally give you daily action assignments. We already get those from the team. So why should I do that? Why should you do that? You don't have to. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point, is that this is duplicatable. This isn't something that just Dave Wood, the guy in the tank top that changed my life, that he's having success, or Lawrence Tam, the engineer who I first was attracted to because I was kind of an engineer. I was doing drafting and engineering myself, and I see this guy who did this kind of similar job as me, making a 5 and then 6-figure income a month. And so, like I said, my beliefs have changed, and my beliefs have changed because I've plugged into different information, not just in Power Network either. I'm talking about in information outside. Like I've read more in the past 2 years than I read in my entire life. I read over 25 books last year. I don't remember the exact number now, but for 1 year, that was just outstanding for me. And a lot of that has given me the confidence to really change, to go from this introverted draftsman that worked in a dark room like this. Back in Las Vegas, I worked for a sign company, one of the largest sign companies in the world, and it got me started in what has become an actual passion for me today. They build signs on the Las Vegas Strip, some of the largest ones you can imagine. They've built, and I was actually part of building quite a few of them myself. My specialty was the interior gaming signs, so we built the signs that went above slot machines. So I started as a guy who was running a machine, and then I went into drafting and the engineering part, and I worked at a desk doing AutoCAD, doing computer aided design. and I worked in a dark room because the glare was easier on your eyes to just have a desk lamp, and never talked to a customer in almost probably till I became a project manager after after 15 years of being in the sign business. Never spoke to a customer once. Was never out in the field. I was always in the shop on premises doing the work. But I always wanted something more. At a young age, I also got bit by the entrepreneur bug. I wanted to experience more in life. I wanted to have more mores. I wanted to live the life that I seen other people living, that I felt I deserved. When I was very young, my parents got into Amway, the soaps and vitamins and stuff. But I saw that presentation, and that just changed my life. I started understanding that money was made in different ways. And then after I got out of high school and got out on my own, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And that's when my understanding of money really, really took a radical change in direction. Because I went from believing that I was only going to be an employee, believing that I had to work to earn an income, to all of a sudden believing that I could start moving in directions that created assets, that created streams of income that I didn't have to go out and put hours in for on a daily basis. Right after I read that book, I was 19 years old, had my first rental. I mean, my first house when I was 19. By the time I was 22, I had my first rental house. So I jumped in as an entrepreneur. I went head first, and I'm going to admit it got me in a lot of trouble too, because I didn't follow through on a lot of stuff because I didn't have that experience. I didn't have that um, drive. I didn't have the backing. I didn't have the training. And that's part of the experience now. It's part of my story now. But so over the years of being with that sign company, I worked hard. I learned everything I could about signs, and inside out, the guts to the outsides, neon, LED, I mean TVs, you name it. We did all kinds of stuff, and over time, I moved to project management. Now I was dealing with our customers more. Now I was interacting with people, and I was seeing the front end of the business, and I was learning about profit margin, and seeing, oh my goodness, there's more money in this, and then hearing about sales. All this time as a draftsman, I've seen the salespeople. Growing up, um, I think I had it wasn't really negative opinion of salespeople. I just really didn't have a positive opinion of them either. I was kind of neutral to the idea of a salesperson. That some people, if you think of you ask them what is the first word that comes to your mind when you say salesman, they think stuff like Grim Reaper. And then other people, it's have a different belief. We all have different beliefs. So what I believed and what I saw was that there was a handful of salespeople. There was this group of very, very successful young salesmen and saleswomen who were just, I mean, making a literal fortune selling signs. And it, the entrepreneur bug was there. And at that time, I was starting little businesses, tried a version, the online version of Amway. It was called Quickstar, and trying to learn more about myself, learn more about business, about entrepreneurship. And over time, when I became, like as I was saying, I was a project manager and started getting more involved with the front end stuff. And um, it was a shift in belief. At one time, I didn't believe that I could be a project manager, right? I believed that I could do the drafting. I believed that was my place. But then my map expanded. My perception of the world got bigger, because then I believed I could be a project manager. So I went on to that, and I did that for a while. And as a project manager, I was started earning a little commission on the service work. And all of a sudden, I could determine a little more of my paycheck. So that over the time of what I've learned about different ways of earning income, a lot of them talk about the being able to write your own paycheck to determine your own value is a very fast lane way to the success and the lifestyle you want to live. So now we fast forward a bit, and I ended up going backwards a little bit, went back to drafting, because some personal things. I had a child, and as my son started to get older, he had a medical condition, and we went back to we were in Las Vegas, and I had the opportunity to move out here to Oklahoma to come out here and be closer to my wife's family. My family's here, and there's a great hospital, the research, it's the OU Children's Hospital, and so we get the care we need for our children. And it required me to make another shift in my belief, though. I was here doing drafting for that sign company out of Las Vegas. They gave me a computer, sent me here to Oklahoma, set me up with everything I needed to draw from here. And I did that for about a year and a half. And some people would think that that was awesome, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool because I was making really good money. I had never had to leave. I worked from home, but it had some drawbacks too. I never saw the finished product. I never interacted with people again. I was doing everything in teleconference with my manager and a couple of other people, but never really interacting. It was very isolating, and it gave me a lot of time to start thinking about other stuff. And that's when I found the blog and really started moving in a different direction, because that medical challenge my son had a dramatic impact on my life. There was a period there that I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how to even move forward. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And at that time, that I came across some audio, some Zig Ziglar audio, and decided to turn off the news and the music and the radio and everything, and just listen to some motivational and inspirational speaking, something to help just see things in a different light, because my light was definitely dark, and it was real dim and hard to see life. So I started listening to Zig, and he was telling all these stories, and I'm starting to smile a little bit more here and there, and things are starting to get a little better. And he says something. He says, "You can have everything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want." And I was so taken by that phrase that I knew immediately what I needed to do. I knew that immediately I needed to start helping other people. I needed to start opening myself to other people, because as an introvert, most of my life I've been very shy, and I haven't let people in. And I don't, that Jeff is left in the past. We'll just leave it at that, because I made a decision that I wanted to change. The way I was going, the way my life was going was way too painful. I had enough, and that's how we change. When we've felt enough pain, then we make a change. So I I got involved with Empower Network and started blogging. And like I said, when I first started blogging, I was just dumping my guts out. I was creating stories that were just metaphors for what I was going through. They would take me 3-4 hours to type. I mean, we're talking 3 to 5,000 word blog posts. And I would sweat hitting post or publish for hours, and I'd sit there and edit it and edit it and edit it, and finally get up the courage to hit publish and share it on Facebook and a few places. And not really many people saw it, but it was so therapeutic. It felt so good to just get that out and release it and let it go. And it helped. So I started listening to these audios, the inner circles, and I started listening to other people that were overcoming just incredible challenges. And over time, my beliefs started to change. I plugged into more of the training. I bought more of the products, because the blog's not the only product. All right, let me give you a quick breakdown there. You've got the blog, and you can be an affiliate if you want to make a commission by selling the blog. And then you've got the inner circle, and you have the top producer formula. They just changed the products. The mass influence and the team building formula. So they just yesterday they renamed all the core products. But anyways, so I invested in all these products and started learning more about marketing and learning more about um, making money with what I was doing with the blog. And to back up a long ways, in 2002, I actually started internet marketing. I started building little 3-page mini websites and had some success back then. Selling my first success was selling these DVD to PSP converters. That's back when the PlayStation Portable was real popular, and this was a little it was a download. It would actually convert your DVD movie so you could watch it on your PSP. So I had exposure to internet marketing and had tried it over the years and had done other things. And in fact, I'd hired a coach to try to help us move our internet business to the next level. And it just never worked. I never got any success, never got any traction, and it cost me a lot of money. But when I saw the blog, when I watched this video for the first time, and it's not even around anymore, but it was Dave, and he was literally in a tank top, and he's got this curly hair, and he's talking, he's got his whiteboard, and I don't remember any of the presentation now, but I remember the feeling I had. I remember sitting there thinking, you know, this could be it. This could be what I've always dreamed of. This could be the business that I've been looking for. And he looks like the guy that's actually going to stick around. So I gave it a shot, right there on the spot. I bought the blog, became an affiliate, and got the inner circle, all in one shot, because I was about to buy an audio program of Zig Ziglar's, and I was about to spend like over $1,000 on this personal development program. And I saw the inner circle product, and I saw for $100 a month, I could get a whole library of audio. And I was like, that every week gets added to two, sometimes three new audios a week. And so I was like, that's the bargain way to go. So I'm gonna go that way. I got the inner circle, started downloading those, started listening to them. And the next day I bought the next product, which at the time was the Costa Rica Mastermind. It was a how to hypnotic language, and just how to speak to people, because that's something I've struggled with. I don't I coming from the draftsman, coming from the sitting at the computer looking at blueprints all day, I didn't have to talk to anybody. I drew it all out. So I needed to learn how to communicate. I needed to learn how to talk. So I needed that. And over time, excuse me, doing those daily actions, doing the stuff and trying different things and experimenting with different marketing, so successes and failures and all kinds of stuff in between. I started to change. My beliefs changed. At one time, I didn't believe that I was a salesman. I didn't believe that I could be a salesman. Today, so here we go. We're kind of looping up here. We're closing some loops. Today, I work for a small sign company out here in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and I am their only salesman. I work directly with our customers. I go cold calling. I literally just walk in a business and talk to the owners. Some if I have to, if I don't have leads. I do the design too, because of my internet marketing background, my design background, that engineering background. So what I do is I go meet with a business owner, take some pictures that are building, design their sign for them, estimate it, make the proposal, and go back and I sell them the sign. So I've moved from the guy who never spoke to the customer to the guy that's out there literally responsible for bringing in the business that's keeping 10 people working and working full time. So it's a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot of excitement and a lot of energy, because I get to work with new businesses and businesses that have been around for a long time, a lot of experience, and I'm meeting different people and seeing how different things work. I'm seeing how struggles happen in all different parts of business. A lot of people have a perception that, hey, that guy owns a dry cleaner. He must be just rolling it. He's got 4 of them around town. And then come to find out the guy can't even afford to get his neon repaired on his sign because he's just struggling financially, struggling personally. And so no matter where you're at in life, no matter what walk you run into people with struggles, and then you do what you can to help them. It's so rewarding for me to know that if I design a good sign, a good eye-catching sign, and they put it on the front of a business, that sign could literally be the difference between that business success and failure, between them getting customers in their door and not. And it's an incredible feeling to be able to help people like that. So not only do I get to help people, offline as my day job now, I actually get paid to go and draw signs, to take pictures and draw signs and visit with people. So, but now, I continue online. I continue developing personally. I continue working on my sales skills, working on my blogging skills, because I'm about to launch a blog for my sign design service. It's taken me some time to put together, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited to implement what I've learned within Empower Network and the viral blogging system and the Klaatu, and implement it in a mainstream industry. And I just know that I'm going to have tremendous success with my blog about signs here in Oklahoma. And I'm excited about it because it's actually become a passion to me. I don't know that I'll ever get out of the sign business. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't know that I'll always work for somebody in the sign business. Eventually, I'll probably own my own sign company, because it's a very unique trade, and I've tried to get away from it over the years, and I keep finding myself drawn back to it, and it's, like I said, become more of a passion to me. So I've decided to stop resisting it and incorporate it into my other passions, which is being an entrepreneur, which is part of internet marketing. I love the idea of that residual income I talked about at the beginning. Pipeline income, as my mentor Paul talks about a lot. So it was a matter of beliefs, and now in even the other day, my son, he's 7.5 years old. And I remember being 7. At that time, your imagination is just wicked wild, right? You come up with some of the just craziest stuff. I remember one night watching a TV show about aliens or something. And I don't know, I was somewhere between 7 and 9. I don't remember exactly. And but I can remember going to bed and looking out the window and the twinkling stars, and I thought for sure every single star in the sky was an alien. I thought they were coming for me. And so my son and I were talking about fear, and I told him, it's a belief, and your fear that there's a monster outside, that there's zombies outside. That's the thing around here, that my kids are afraid of zombies. And so um, I told him that it's a belief. In all reality, as humans, we only have two natural fears, and that's the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. And then every other fear we have is learned. Some of them are useful, and some of them are not useful. Like being afraid of zombies being outside of your house is not a very useful fear. So we were talking about that, and I was trying to find a way to relate to him, trying to think of something when I was his age, and we were on the way to school, so I didn't have a lot of time. And I told him about the first time I went in to sell a sign, and I was afraid. I was literally scared. My hands were sweating, clammy. I was sweating. My I was nervous in the voice, and my heart beating fast. And I just did it. I went in and I sucked it up. I'm sure that in the beginning they could sense that I was nervous, but I just got comfortable and did my presentation, and then went on and did it again. And then I did it again the first time I cold called. Of course, it was terrifying, but I did it, and then I did it again, and then I did it again. And I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but I'm saying you got to stick with something in order to have success, right? You can't just quit one time because it didn't work out. You can't throw up one blog post and be pissed off that the next day you didn't make $10 million. You got to be realistic and understand that it's a process. You may not be ready. Your belief system, your internal belief, your map may not be ready for you to make 6 figures. That might seem strange to hear. That might you're thinking, what do you mean I don't have the belief to I don't believe I can make 6 figures? Of course I believe I can make 6 figures. Well, yeah, you say that, But unconsciously, your program, your financial thermostat stat is set to a certain level. All of us have a financial thermostat. It might be 10,000 to 20,000, it might be 50,000 to 80,000, might be 100,000, might be $1 million a year. Everybody's different depending on our beliefs. It doesn't mean that that's true. It doesn't mean that it's not true in the future. It doesn't mean if you didn't start today that in a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever amount of time it takes you, that you couldn't be $1 million a year earner. The simple fact of the matter is your beliefs and that information, there's something you don't know right now, are holding you back from reaching your potential, that idea, that vision, your dream life, right? We we all have dreams. We start out as those kids with that imagination, like I was just talking about my son, and we have huge dreams. I can remember when I was a young kid and getting the Publisher Clearinghouse magazines. And I can remember that's, I had first learned about money and the idea of lifestyle. And it was probably actually the idea of the lifestyle. It wasn't really the money. Because looking through the Publisher Clearinghouse sweepstakes and their little brochures they'd send out with these big elaborate houses and beautiful cars and boats and this smiling family and everybody's so happy. And I would sit and look at these flyers for just literally hours, dreaming about being the person in that picture. That was my life. And over time, as we grow older, as we are installed with new beliefs, as we're programmed, we start to delete our other beliefs. We start to delete those more abstract dreams and goals and replace them with, which are probably still abstract ideas and beliefs, but ones that are less serving to who we really are and to our goals and our future. So we see it in society. We're told we can't do this, you can't do that, you got to get a job, you got to work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and no, you can't go do that internet thingy, that bloggy thing is a scam, don't do that either. All these things that we're told. Oh, you're doing that network marketing thing again, aren't you? Are you selling that soap and vitamin? There's all kinds of stuff like that. And even offline, you don't have what it takes to start a business. Who do you think you are to start your own? That kind of stuff. Or money doesn't grow on trees. There's all kinds of just negative limiting beliefs that unfortunately and sometimes accidentally we're programmed with. And if we're not aware of them, if we're not aware, then how do we know to change? If we're not aware that the human being runs on fundamental beliefs, fundamental needs, and we keep constantly doing things and we don't understand why we're doing them, why would we ever change though? Right? We may wonder why does this shit keep happening to me? Why does this um why does the storm keep hitting my house? And what we do then is just reinforce those negative beliefs and create more of that. So by just understanding that we can change, that maybe we're drawn in a certain direction, we can feed that belief or that need with better, more positive information that's more serving, then we can grow. And that's important as human beings. We've got to grow. We've got to continue to learn, to experience, to develop. Because if we don't, what happens when a plant stops growing? It dies, right? And we're life forms. We're alive, and if we stop growing, if you stop growing mentally, I mean, you're dying then. Or life is a collection of experiences and intensity and the the differences is what makes it all exciting. We need uncertainties. We need to not know for sure if something's going to work out. We need to try things so that we can develop beliefs. And that's why sometimes it's a good idea to just go ahead and try something, like click the banner below and pay $7 to try out the blog. I mean, what's it really going to hurt you? We're talking about a couple bucks, we're talking about a hamburger, a drink, and some fries, to see if inside you could possibly find the new you, that you could possibly see a way to start letting go of that past stuff that's holding you back, and have a way to vent it out, or have a way to share, or have a way to put your passion out there. And in the meantime, start building something, start building a foundation that could could change you, could change your career, could change your future like it's done mine. And you know, I'm much happier today. I'm much more fulfilled today than I was a few years ago doing what I was doing before. I would get angry all the time. I wasn't happy. I was miserable. And today I have challenges. You know, we're always going to have challenges in life. But I believe that tomorrow will be better. I believe that I'm going to help another customer tomorrow. I believe that my blog is going to reach somebody else and change their life. I believe that somebody else is going to click the banner below and get started, and it's going to have an impact on their life that it did like mine, like it's done like Dan on my team, and several other. I believe that Dave is going to be here for a long time. So I've planted my flag here. I'm not going to jump from business to business and try out different stuff, because why bother? I've already blogged over like 500 blog posts, so I might as well just stick around here and keep doing it. That's the biggest problem that most people have when they do something online or try a venture of their own, is they just give up. Well, I decided when I was in that spot in my life that it was either give up everything or start getting back on track. That I was going to get back on track, and I was going to plant my flag somewhere that I could believe, and that's here. That's with the blogging system and Power Network. I don't I don't even look at other offers at all, because I know that what I have here is all that I ever need. I have the platform to help people change in various ways. I have the platform to share my ideas and express myself, and I have the platform to continue to become better and grow personally, so that I can help more and more people, and ultimately help my family by changing our future, changing our destiny. My vision, my goal is I want to have 30 people blogging with me in 1 year. 30 people actively blogging with me daily. And I know we can do this. I know that together we can each, whether it's through the daily action assignment that I talked about earlier, or through our own inspiration, through our own motivation, we can leverage each other and keep each other on track, and create a nice little group of bloggers that are not only sharing the blog and that, but developing personally, developing and becoming the persons, the people that we really truly want to be. I can't teach you, and to be real honest, I don't really want to teach you how to do all the blogging, all the technical stuff. I can tell you some of the great inner circle audios, hypnotic language patterns, selling secrets, any of the um, Aaron Rashkin audios. I mean, Aaron's just incredible. I can tell you which videos and the other trainings can point you in the right direction for what you might be needing. Um, and we can just help each other. You know, we can help syndicate each other's blogs by just doing simple things like commenting. I'd love to read your blog and leave a comment for you, and help build that social interaction that search engines are looking for these days. You know, it's very important to have social engagement on your blog and website. But the main thing is just, you know, working together to create a new future, whichever direction you'd like to go. I want to help you achieve your dreams. I want to help you achieve your goals, and I want to help you be a part of this bigger vision that I'm a part of. I hear Dave constantly speaking about his vision. He's so um, steadfast with it, and just so consistent. It's unbelievable. And I've learned that's what I got to do too. I got to keep just repeating it over and over. 30 bloggers in 1 year. We're going to do it. You know, 30 people blogging with me in 1 year. And you could be one of them by clicking that banner below for $7 and have your first blog post up by tonight. And then we'll start working on getting you somebody blogging with you. And you know, that's how it works as a little community, as a group. We'll plug you into the team, get you the training you need, and all that technical good stuff, But it, it's become part of my understanding of my failure too, because this hasn't been all a smooth ride for me with the blogging system with Empower Network. I've had a lot of struggles. I'm gonna own up to this. I'm gonna be honest about it. I personally enrolled over 115 people. I don't know the exact number. Of those, 65 of them actually became paid members. They actually bought the blogging system. That's before the $7 trial that you can get below. They actually paid the full $25 for it. And of all those people, most of them have quit. Most of them have gone on. Hardly any of them actually blogged. Hardly anybody of them actually utilized the incredible platform that they had at their fingertips. But but that's okay, because a lot of them were going to go on, and then some of that was my failure, my process, I'm failing forward. We don't ever want to fail and just lay there on our face. We got to get up and keep going. Might trip again, might trip 2 or 3 more times, but we keep moving forward. And I realized that a big part of my failure was not creating that connection and really getting the people blogging, getting you started blogging, and then edifying your blog, edifying you, letting other people know, hey, check out my new team member who just wrote his new blog post. Because I do have some people that read my emails. I can help with a little bit of um, getting the word out. There's lots of Facebook groups and stuff, but I'm getting off track again because that's that technical side of me coming out again. I didn't want to get into all that tonight. It, Here's what it really comes down to me. In January of 2013, I went to Austin, Texas. It was the first event that I had ever went to. Empower Network does events. They get together every 90 days or so and do a live training, a live gathering. And I went to this event, and there was a lot of people. I mean, I was really surprised. There was about, I think, 1,800 to 2,000 people. Or I don't even know. It was a lot of people. Maybe it was over 2,000. Anyways, we're in there, and it's the first night of the event, and Dave's on stage, and he's talking, and he's telling stories, and the energy in the room was just so moving, so uplifting. And as he did this, he led us through some exercises to help us tap into the moment. And there was a point when I looked around, and every single person, including myself, was crying, tears pouring down their face, because we were so emotionally touched and believed so much in where we were at that moment that we were compelled to cry as a group, as one unity. And I knew for sure then. I knew that this wasn't a hoax, and that the blog had its challenges, because it looked a little hokey in the beginning, but it wasn't really about the blog. It wasn't really about the products, because the real product was that room full of people. It was you and I are the real products. And when I say that, I mean, you should really think of Empower Network as a leadership factory. What we're doing is we're actually turning people, we're producing leadership. That's our product, our leadership training. And it allows people to go from where they are in life to where they want to be. And the path may be checkered. It may go in directions you never could have imagined. Because to be real honest, a couple years ago, I never ever would have imagined that would be here in Oklahoma as a sign salesman. It's been an interesting turn, and actually a well accepted one. I'm actually enjoying it. And I know that if I wouldn't have made decisions, if I wouldn't have bought my blog, if I wouldn't have got the inner circle, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be having the experiences I am today. I wouldn't be able to share this journey with you. And that's important that we share. It's important that you understand that I'm an average person. I'm nobody special. I'm no better than you. I'm no worse than you. I don't believe anybody is better or worse. I like that idea that we're all equal. We're all just as valuable. We all have different beliefs, but we all have goals and dreams too. And I want to help you achieve your goals and dreams. And I believe that we can do it. I believe through blogging. I believe through that 30, that group of 30, we could grow to a group of 300, 3,000. Who knows from there? Because this is such a powerful way to communicate and share that it really shouldn't be kept to yourself. I love what Aaron says, that he says that the biggest secret about this business is not to keep it a secret. You got to tell people, you got to talk to people, you got to be willing to open yourself up. And I'm not saying you've got to make a list of the friends and family and all that crap. You don't even have to call people until they get started. But once they start, that's when the connection has to start. That's when it becomes more of a business partnership, and maybe from there even further friendship. Who knows? Like, I mean, like I say, Dan's become a very good friend of mine, all because of him joining the blog with me and him finding a little ad on Craigslist and putting his email address in, watching a video, and getting started. And so the connecting part is extremely important. I'm going to do a much better job of that. I'm going to be here for you to make sure to do that coaching call, reach out to you when you click that banner below and get started. And that way we can talk about your dreams, figure out how this all can fit into your life, because you know we're all busy, right? I mean, I work 8 to 5, and then I've got to fit some time in to do my blogging. I do my blogging early in the morning, but it only takes 30 minutes, if that. Sometimes I do it in 15 minutes. If it's really flowing, watch a 3-minute video, type 5 minutes worth of text, find a picture, boom. This is not complicated. It's really, really simple. It's meant to be simple. It's meant to be enjoyable. It's meant to be fun, and it's meant to be flexible, because there's so many different ways, so many different things. You don't have to blog about internet marketing or technical crap at all. I mean, literally, whatever you want, anything that's your passion, your desire, just share. There's somebody out there that is looking. There's somebody out there that is your audience. You don't have to speak to everybody. You only have to speak to people that are like you. And if you think about that, that's really, really um, liberating. I mean, we don't have to speak to billions of people, but there's enough people just like me to speak to that I can achieve my goals by helping them reach their goals. There's enough people out there just like you that by helping them, you can reach your goals. That's the thing though. We've got to help. We've got to do something. We've got to make sales, right? And our product is the blog. That's how we introduce people to this. And you just got to make the decision. You got to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try something different. You click the banner, you put your information in, you pick a great username, you pay the $7 and you get started. It's not a big decision, because I'm not telling you that you need to break out the bank. Go clear the savings account because it's time to get started. No, we're talking about $7 here. And if you don't like it, you have 14 days to get a full refund. It's ridiculous to think that there's any scheme, gimmick, or you're going to get robbed here. $7. And it could be the most important $7 you ever spend, because it could lead you in a direction that you couldn't even imagine. I had to pay the full $25. Like I said, they didn't have the $7 offer. And I think about it now, and what would have it cost me if I hadn't paid, if I hadn't bought that blog, if I hadn't paid $100 for the inner circle, if I didn't invest $125, what would have that cost me? And let's take into consideration what I'm going to make in the future because of my new skills, because of what I learned. What is it going to continue? What would have it continued to cost me? My friend, if you're not living the life that you want, if you're not achieving the goals and the dreams and the expectations that you've always had, maybe you just don't know something. And maybe what you need to know is right on the other side of a decision, the decision to just click a banner and get started. It's not a huge decision I'm asking you to make right now. What I'm asking you to do is say, hey, maybe this is for me. I'm going to take a quick look. post a blog post or two and see if it's for me or not. My friend, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed my little talk tonight. Make sure to click that banner right below, and I will see you next Wednesday, same time. I'm going to do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully next week we'll have a guest. Maybe Dan Spiegel will come out. He had something to do tonight, or he would have joined me. But every Wednesday night, plan to come check it out if you want to see more and learn more. I'll be sharing more, and I will see you next time. Have a great evening, my friend. Oh, one last thing. Just get out the credit card, $7. Just go ahead and click the banner below. Let's get started.